Hello everybody and welcome to the Odious Soul. My name is Shannon and I am going to teach you how to use Google to its fullest extent today. Before we get into the tools of being a heavy Googler, please be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be alerted when new videos are posted. So, how do we use Google? Well, you simply go to google.com. Nice and easy. And of course, there is this easy search bar. Now I know this seems very, level 1, but don't worry, we will get up to level 10. The first thing we're going to do is explain how you really need to just start with nice, quick, easy search. Okay? As Fen said, keep it simple. Same thing with Google. With Google, you want to start off with just a couple words, and then you can add on to it later. Now, in the poem itself, one of the first clues that we assume is begin at where warm water halts. So probably one of the first searches most searchers are going to do in Google is where warm water halts. But, you have some issues with that. First, I would recommend searching for warm water, and then obviously you get all this health benefit stuff. But you can do warm water, Rocky Mountains, because after all, the treasure is somewhere in the Rocky Mountains. So we need to find the warm water there. When you first do this, you're going to find all kinds of things related to the Fen treasure. Why? Because, well, it's a hot topic and it's all over the internet. Where warm waters halt, the thrill of the chase, all that kind of stuff. So how do we get beyond the Forest Fen blogs and forums and information to actual information? Well, there's a couple tricks you can use. One, you can use these little minus signs to take out keywords like Fen and treasure. When you do that, it's going to give you more information about geological stuff and avoid some of the actual treasure hunting stuff. So you're going to see an article about the Firehole River here, the waters in Yellowstone, how they were getting hot from drought back in 2007. You're going to see stuff that's not talking about the treasure hunt, and you can actually get down to real warm water in the Rocky Mountains. Something else you can do too is just remember if you misspell something, Google is smarter than you, so it will always show you recommendations of correct spelling. And this right now is showing results for warm water Rocky Mountains. And if we just decided that no, we like the way we spelled it to begin with, you can always click on that. One of the things I will say though is that there are a lot of options with Google, all right, and on the desktop version you'll have more options than you do on your phones, but you can search whatever you just searched for. You can do maps, okay, which will actually show you locations. You can do images, you can also do shopping, news, and under more there's things like videos, books, flights, finance, and personal, okay? So Google has so many things. Now on the desktop version, it's going to give you these quick tabs here, so you can break down images really quickly, just depending on, what you're looking for. If you're looking for stuff like in a national park, it's only going to show you images from the national park, okay? Now, something else you can do with images is if you go to Tools, you can go to Type, and you can search for various types. So if you're looking for a face picture, looking for a photo of somebody, very easily it pops up nice and quick. If you're looking for clip art, maybe for a PowerPoint, voila. So lots and lots and lots of different things that you can do in the image by itself. You can also search by an image. So let's say I had I found this map of showing possible and probable places, and I wanted to find images that were similar to it. I can search by that image alone, and it's going to pull up various things. It's going to pull up different websites that are going to be similar to it. It's also going to show up very similar images as well, okay? So that is a very cool and easy thing you can do with Google. Another thing you can do as well is if you're not sure exactly of a phrase or how to word it, let me just go back to Google, get rid of that. You can also use warm river, Rocky Mountains, or warm stream, you can type in the word or, okay? And it's going to give you variations of both. So that way, if you don't want to limit your search to just one thing, because river, stream, creek, you can insert the word or and it'll pull up results for both rivers and streams, or however you want to word it and search for it. Okay, now let's move on. Let's say we want to dig up some information on the man himself, Forrest Fenn, all right? So here it's going to give all kinds of things about Forrest Fenn. But let's say we want to know what he was doing before or around the time he hid this treasure. Well, Google has tools for that too. If you hit tools, you have this anytime come up. If you can actually do a custom range, okay? And we're going to do like the year or two before he hid this treasure. Before the Thrill of the Chase came out, let's see what he was up to. Well, here you're going to find all kinds of things. Things about his raid and his indictment. You're going to find all different kind of articles about that, stealing the past. You're also going to find some articles that he published in the Bozeman Daily Chronicle. This particular one talks about the same story that's in Too Far to Walk, about him and his brother back in 1962 creating the Dude Hotel in West Yellowstone. So, kind of cool. But now that you know that there is an article in the Bozeman Daily Chronicle, wouldn't you like to know if he had more articles in the Bozeman Daily Chronicle? So let's Google, back to Google, let's do Forrest Fenn, site, Bozeman Daily Chronicle.com. And let's see what we find. All right, now you're going to notice, because I put site, Bozeman Daily Chronicle, the only thing that's going to come up are articles and pages from the Bozeman Daily Chronicle. Okay, as you can see here, all of them. And you're going to see things that he wrote. You're going to see things that they wrote about him. So it allows you an easy way to find more from the Bozeman Daily Chronicle on Forrest Fenn. Another good thing to note is in settings, you can do search settings. There is a thing called Safe Search. If you have Safe Search on, it's going to filter out violent, explicit adult content, okay? If you have children that use your devices, I highly recommend that you turn that on. Just click it and then be sure to save at the bottom. But if you don't have children or you're not afraid of things that you might see, you can just leave it off. It definitely will show you more. You might have to, scroll through some stuff that may be a little bit explicit, so, just be careful at work. But there's other options. You can get more results per page, per search, instead of having to hit the next tab over and over again. The more you do, the slower the load time is, so just be aware of that. So I'm going to go back here real fast. Okay, now, next thing we're going to search for is a quote. Now, we know he says that there's been aberrations around the edges in regards to hints in the book. Okay, so we can, if we know exactly that phrase, then we can search and try to find out where we heard that from, okay? And the first thing that comes up is something from Chase Chat, and there's actually a lot of different postings in that blog on that. Something, excuse me, something else you can do is if you don't know the exact word that you're looking for, you can hit an asterisk like such. And it's going to pull up all results filling in different words for this asterisk, okay? So for example, we have aberrations around the injury, aberrations around the true, aberrations around the point. So if you're not exactly sure of a word, that's one way to do it. You can also throw in something like treasure, and it'll kind of filter down more to just maybe the Forrest Fenn treasure stuff. You can also throw in the word Fenn. And like I said, starting simple and gradually adding more words to kind of filter your search is the way to go. All right. And look, there's Calazars. Hi, Mike. All right, so other tools you can do is you can pull up specific kind of file types, okay? So let's say we want to find if the Journal of a Trapper, okay? If we just do this, it's going to give us options to buy the book relatively inexpensively. You know, it's going to give us stuff like that. But what if we just want to, you know, see if it's available online for free via PDF? And you can do file type PDF, and it's only going to produce results that are in PDF form, okay? Notice all the PDFs over here on the left-hand side of these search results. Huge help. You don't need to put file type. You can just put PDF. Usually the PDF version is going to come up top, but it will give you other links as well too. So just note that. All right, next, Google does have a bunch of archived information from old newspapers and magazines dating back to like the mid 1800s. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to find these. I did show you that there's a news tab. However, those news tabs don't go past 1970. So you kind of have to trick Google into helping you in this. So one of the ways to do that is you can type in news.google.com. Okay, and right here you see I did news.google.com/newspapers Yellowstone 1930, and it's going to give you some things from those times. Okay. All right, so if you want to search like a particular date range or you want to search a number range, you don't want to put dash in the numbers. You don't want to do this. Because if you do that, well, for one, it's going to enter a math problem, but it's also going to give you, look for timelines, and it's going to give you results according to the timelines. If you want something in between that, you want to put ... and that way it'll pull up different dates, different numbers from in that range, okay? So if you want to search for 1945, 1943, 1938, you need to put the ... instead of the dash. So that's very important to note, okay? But going back to what you just saw with the math, Google will do math problems for you. It is smart and it likes to do things for you, okay? So that's one thing. It'll also do, like if you have 10 miles and you want to know how many feet it is, it'll be a conversion for that too. If you're across the pond and you're trying to figure things out, it'll figure that out for you as well. So Google is very smart when it comes to conversion and math problems. You know, if you want to know what 5 times 10 plus 62 is, boom, it'll figure that out for you as well. And if you look, for you kids still in school who need help with knowing in what order to do a problem, it'll actually show you in what order it's doing those mathematical equations. So very, very helpful there. Other cool things you can do with Google is define. And let's define the blaze. It's going to pull up a dictionary response for it, but it does give you a lot of information besides just, you know, the definition and synonyms and things like that. It also gives you the etymology, the origin. It gives you things like graphs at the bottom, like use over for the time. So you can see that blaze was really popular back in the 1800s. It dipped down, and then you can see, like, I guess once the Thrill of the Chase came out, it got more popular again. I thought that was kind of funny. Other things you can do is, let's say, like, we all know that Forrest Fenn's website, personal website, is the Old Santa Fe Trading Company. You can do link Old Santa Fe Trading Co. And this is going to show you all the other websites that are linked to Old Santa Fe Trading Co., whoever has a link to it. So it starts off with that website itself, but Alexa.com knows who Old Santa Fe Trading Co. is. There's a link from Facebook. There's a news link. Web Chef, Reddit, Dale Neitzel's site has it. If we go to next, like you can see all different things that link back to the Old Santa Fe Trading Co. All right. So I thought this was kind of interesting. And then if you narrow it down by dates, like before the treasure was hid, you can find out some pretty cool things that's linked to it. So other things you can do is, like, let's say there's a website that you like, whoops, like Dale Neitzel's website. You do that. Unfortunately, there's nothing that's similar to Dale Neitzel. However, let's do a really popular website that I know will have results, like Amazon.com. There's a whole lot of websites related to Amazon: eBay, Walmart, Overstock, Macy's, Sears. So if you find a website that you're looking for other ones like it, this is a great way to kind of find it. And then, of course, last but not least, for our little Google tips and tricks for today, is Tilt. If you are at work and you really want to throw somebody off, you can do this Google Tilt, which will tilt your Google screen. All right. So with that being said, have fun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found some of this stuff, kind of helpful in your search. I know it was kind of a lot of information, so you might want to watch this video once, twice, 3 times, take some notes, and then figure out how you can use it in your own search. Please remember to like and subscribe to this video and leave your comments and your feedback. I want to make sure I'm producing videos that you guys find useful and helpful in your search. So thank you again. Take care and have a great day.